Hello, peoples. I'm here with a thank you subscribers video. It's been almost 3 years on YouTube, and it's taken me this long to get 50 subscribers. And well, mostly that's because I think it took a while for me to upload videos, and it took a huge break sometime in there between uploading videos. And especially with my early days, it was just a simple webcam, and it wasn't even my computer. So anyway, and now I'm off on my own and everything, and I think I've gotten a lot better. And yeah, well, it's just nice to be up here, and I don't do it for fame or to get a lot of views or anything. If anyone notices, I did say a little while ago that I was preparing a video for Who Reviews the Reviewers, which is coming up. That is all ready to go. It's just got to wait for the announcement video, and it'll be uploaded then, so you guys can check all that out. I kind of took a different take with it, as I said, said I probably would. Got a new video editing program, and did a great job. I'll probably use that a little bit more, but not for this next one. Next video, I spent forever trying to figure out how everything works with that, and I didn't. Had a little bit of problems with it. I had to save it and delete it, save it, delete it, save it, delete, save it, edit it, save a new copy, save it, delete, yeah. So it did take a while to get that done right. But anyway, as with the last thank you subscribers video, which was 40 subscribers, I thought I'd do something interesting here. I spliced together all my mentions on Geekvolution. Just for those who didn't see all those mentions I got, I did include the Mailbag Day ones that I sent away. So one of those, originally I was just going to do those mentions and put some music to it or something, but I thought just show what I sent and what I asked for and all that. And it goes pretty well back to probably the early days of Geekvolution. I can't remember when. So I'll just go into that real quick. On my Geekvolution was actually one of the first people I subscribed to. It was around about that time the new Star Trek movie came out, so it mustn't have been too long after I joined YouTube, really. I subscribed to them, and I watched a couple of their videos. I mainly got in through Trexperts because I was on my Star Trek kick again, and I watched their video on that, and do check that out. I strongly disagree with everything they say in it, or just about everything they say in it, because they do talk about the future of the franchise and that, so do check that out. I requested an episode for them to review from Enterprise, because I was watching Enterprise again at that time. I think that's when I was renting out a whole heap of seasons of that. I was going through season by season, and I had to at the video store I went to, they divided the discs up, so I was watching some of them out of order because I hadn't watched all of Enterprise by that point. I was trying to catch up with it, and I was strongly disappointed it took so long for my video store to get those in. I do intend to buy all of Enterprise. I intend to buy all the Next Generation. I even intend to get the original series and all. But yeah, and then I think I watched some Superhero Rewind after that. Those are my two favourite segments, by the way. Superhero Rewind and Trexperts. I'm not really watching the comic book stuff. It's just because if I do end up on a comic book kick, I want to explore it my own way, make my own opinions. That's why I don't watch reviews of movies until I've seen them myself. By the way, and yeah, so that's how I came across Geekvolution. Barry Den was about the same. Barry Den 12 was about the same time too, because I found their review of the movie and the review of the trailer, which was really cool. And do check their review of the trailer out. Like, even to this day, it's funny. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Here is the little video I promised.
Everyone, and welcome.
Alright, just doing some commentary here over some episodes of Geekvolution that I was mentioned on. Here's the first one I was ever mentioned on. Actually, the first ever, apart from my own videos, I was mentioned on. It's a review of Chosen Realm. So, I'm just showing the mentions and some of the information about the episode.
I can see something in this episode and say
a little back and forth with Captain Logan on this episode before it was mentioned. And Captain Logan also told me it was Sarah's favourite episode ever. Okay, here's another one.
Hello everyone, welcome.
This is Conundrum.
The show where we answer your questions about Star Trek.
I just finished watching it and I thought it might be a good episode for them to do a review of. But yeah, not much to say here.
Talk about Conundrum.
I agree with most of what they said in both of these, so here we go. Here's the longer one. This was the first mailbag. No, recommends I was on.
Alright. Today I'm recommending a foreign film, Vince. I never did.
And
this is something that
Captain Logan had just hang on a sec.
This is a movie that came out last year called Tomorrow.
Yeah, he just finished watching this at the time, so I was.
But it was
it was supposed to be on the mailbag day. Just that's back when mailbag was actually on Comic Late Night. I'd watched a few episodes of that, and yeah. Stuart Beatty had he wrote the first. He was one of the first writers on on the first Pirates of the Caribbean. So
the dialogue and stuff is listed straight from the books. Of course, I haven't read it.
Quite a bit of it is actually from the book. A lot of those lines are either from the character that said them or not from the character that said them. So, it is a great film. I highly recommend it.
The recommendation of this thing that you sent.
Yeah, I'm curious. What was it? What was the cue for the hiccups to this one?
It's my favorite movie right now, and I would like to get your thoughts.
And it still is. It's still my favorite movie right now.
For time, check the commentary for that. Anyway, that's it. From 2541. So I haven't actually listened to the commentary, but I
wonder if he has actually listened to the commentary now. But yeah.
That comment.
And a lot of stuff was taken out, but nothing essential. It's basically, the basic story is still there from the movie.
We'd have to turn off the camera.
Yeah.
It's not that. Anyway, I think one of my favorite parts of the movie is when there's one of the girls in the movie is reading a book. And one of the others asks her if it's any good.
This is not my favorite bit. There is another favorite bit that he agreed with me on. It's the part in the movie where a girl walks past
that's so clever.
Set of swings, holding a AK-47 and just blasts away with it. That's my favorite bit.
But anyway, the book based on is like a young adult.
Originally, when I was planning to do this, I cut out a whole heap of this stuff. But yeah.
The first thing that gave it a little bit more.
And this does mention Red Dawn here, and I have yet to watch that. and it's
because of the
and it's not a rip-off of it. It's inspired by it. It's completely. My understanding is it's a completely different movie than what similar premise. Yeah. And this is a series. This is the based on the first book. There's a series of books out there, and they're very good. I'm still in the process of reading the second one, and if they ever do the second book, it will be quite compelling. I hope they don't have to recast, but I understand if they have to.
They discovered that their city has been taken under siege by some occupying force. And
and they do not mention what the occupying forces.
Suddenly, the city is at war.
The author was asked about it on a show out here who they were. They said at the time they were going to be, if they were anyone, they were going to be Indonesia that was going to be invading.
They are, and I just kind of dig that because it doesn't make it's entirely fictionalized, so it doesn't look like any real country the bad guy. I kind of dug that about it.
I did too.
And Wolverines are going to save the day.
Yes, it's the Russians.
And it's the story that makes this movie, not so much the acting or anything. So we've heard some complaints about that.
It's not that it's comedy. It's got some decent funny stuff in it. But it's
I like the bit where there's a speech by the guy that's getting hired. He mentions in this where he talks about it being the fact that you've got this guy getting high all the time, and he's there smoking a joint, and he's talking about this graphic thing that he's witnessed during when he himself has realized what happened. And he says either he's on some really fucked up shit, or it's not your typical day in the town, which is called Riri, which is a fictional town, but there is an actual place called Riri, believe it or not.
It's about just treating the whole thing like a joke and making a big party out
of it. Here's this. This is the guy. This happens later on.
I think that was my favorite scene. But anyway, it's a big.
It's one of my favorite parts of the book too, where
about how it ends, but
I will endeavour to try and find another copy of the book, because I really think
it's the kind of thing
if he does end up doing the
group getting kind of a small victory, but they don't fix everything.
Review of it, I would love to have him use the book as reference, because there is quite a bit that's in the book that's not in the movie, and it's just a shame you can't. But everything that needs to be on the screen is on there. There's like a few side stories and that, but nothing dramatic.
Exactly.
It's kind of neat.
Well, anyway, that's what I recommend, Vince.
Yeah.
This is what I recommend, Cap.
Thanks a lot for.
I'll have to check out Castle as well. It sounds really good.
Logan.
And I'm Vince.
See you next time. Wait, the small things first. So
here's the next one. Next thing I sent off. I was sending off a bunch of these. I should have added Red, because I would love to see them review this. And later on they asked me if they could be on Vince Versus, and one of these I did say, why don't you do that one on Vince Versus, and why don't you do the other one? Because I would love to see them review this one.
I've already taken the shrink wrap off of it with the full intention of watching it. I still haven't gotten around to watching it yet. Yeah. But anyway, I
know they're two great films, by the way. Yeah, so
things to watch. It's one of those movies.
And it doesn't need to be a third one. Ironically, there was only two, and there was only ever going to be two.
Ooh, yeah.
But actually, there wasn't even going to be a second one.
Sometime soon.
There wasn't going to be a second one, but there was a demand there for a second one, and they just rounded off the story.
That type of movie type of guy.
But yeah, I've been
westerns.
I wanted to give Magpie a really big shout out, because I wanted to thank him for doing this, because I am so mainstream guy. I don't know foreign films, and he's like, I live in Australia. We have some cool movies, and you should watch them, and I really appreciate it.
And there's still more cool movies to come, huh? Believe it or not.
Maybe I can get Vince to do one or two of them.
Here we go.
Maybe not. So, next up is another package from
Yeah, here we go.
Magpie.
This is going to be another long one.
2541, I think is his numbers.
They did spend all the time talking about these.
Yeah, 2541. He sends us so much stuff, I know that. But anyway, Magpie is one of our best viewers. He sends us stuff all the time. He's so neat to do this, and he lives in Australia, so he's
we're all the way out here in Australia.
Farthest away you can send back.
Man, Magpie, you are hardcore.
Yeah, as far away before you start coming back.
To educate me in Australian culture. He wants me to understand what it's like to be an Aussie, it seems.
No, I just wanted to see some cool movies.
He sent us these, and
because they're not.
What he says, Captain Logan, Vincent, Sarah, I'm sending you 3 movies.
But just not
the Castle, which I've never seen. So that
the first movie he did right after Fast Forward or Full Frontal, whichever those shows it was.
And I'm not seeing that either.
That's totally on my Netflix queue.
And Ned Kelly, yeah, that was. I do think it's his best performance that I've seen. Without.
Just remember that when watching it, and the love story in it is complete.
Yeah, it's complete fiction.
Farlap, the hero of a nation, another true story.
Yeah, I thought if you'd seen Man from Snow River 1 and 2 by this point, he would enjoy Farlap because it's a similar story, and that's a true story.
Also get your opinion on Australia on the whole as well. Well, now that I will have watched like 7 movies from you, I may know enough about Australian cinema.
Actually, it's 6. 6 movies.
From Brennan Stewart, a.k.a. Magpie2541. And then he says, and honestly, this is like the coolest part of this for me. P.S. I'm also sending you the Australia Slang Dictionary to help you understand.
This was just in case he was confused by what some of the lingo was in
guy from Batman.
He bought us brand
in the castle. This is a lot of Australian lingo going back and forth in that.
And Vince already knows quite a bit about Australia because he had to take an Australia lit course.
Yeah.
Back in college.
Which, by the way, the true history of the Kelly Gang, super neat.
I will have to check out that book I'll have to check that out. That's been on my reading list to do. That's classic.
Here is Ned Kelly.
Great movie, yeah, that's a great movie, guys.
And so you've not seen any of these?
No.
And here's Farlap.
Yeah, that's great.
And the Aussie Slang Dictionary.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna look up what a great ghost is, Vince.
You know.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when I looked into it. And
I think it's what he's still calling.
And saw it.
Great ghost.
I've actually got a different book that's actually a lot longer. It's got some. The only reason I picked it up is because it's got some great poetry in it. It's really cool.
And my car just up and died. I went, aw, ice everywhere, perilous. I could have slid into, like, there was people in the ditch, like freaking car accidents everywhere, and that was probably the.
Yeah, you should not say car accident.
Car accident? Since fire truck.
But
I'm gonna start doing that. I'll just see what you say over there.
Yes.
A great ghost is a parking inspector.
Yeah, I just thought it was hysterical.
The Great Ghost.
So I wonder
what a knuckle sandwich is, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, sending all this stuff, we really appreciate it. And now I'm really backed up because this is like seriously.
Some crazy stuff in that book.
Rewind treatment.
Yeah, I sent them a PM with all the ones that I wouldn't mind seeing on a Vince Versus, and Ned Kelly was one of them, and I said, put that on a Vince Versus.
Yeah, and
because I figured we'd get some more out of it.
People for stuff as well, because I
and hey, if they have to renew my subscription to Geeks United or anything.
Rewind style? No, I know. I promised Rewind style for all the stuff from Geeks United. So if people really want that, of course, that's.
And they don't all me. I would have been happy with some of them on a.
Necessarily our normal.
They watched them and they thought they were great to recommend them.
Not necessarily.
But yeah, as I said, I split the Man from Snow River ones apart.
Kind of stuff. But anyway, we're not being lazy. We're just saying that we can get it done. We can get more of them done if you don't mind saying that. Anyway, and that's how Vince does his. So yeah. So anyway, thanks a lot, everybody. We sure appreciate, as always, you sending us stuff. And if you haven't like us to review them in Comic Vault, or I've got those books from those comics from King.
Yeah, actually, I should have better this better. Sorry, guys, but yes.
Saga. I want to do those.
The next one is the last one that I was mentioned on.
But I wanted to that on new comic reviews. There's so many new comic reviews. Hopefully I get to it because we're about to take the hiatus. So anyway, Thanks,
this was right before the hiatus earlier this year.
You can send it to our P.O. Box, and that's Geekvolution, P.O. Box 14183, Lenexa, Kansas 66285. Thanks, everybody, as always, for watching. We sure appreciate it. If you've not signed up for Geeks United and you're interested, please go check that out.
I have. So I signed up the a couple of days after it was announced because I thought it sounded really cool. And I'm still waiting for the all clear if I can put up the Geeks, the Geeks Not Nerds that I got sent, because it was actually kind of interesting.
So that's the deal there. Let me also mention, about Geeks United. If you sign up right now or after, you're not going to get your package until August because you're completely out of pocket for the entire month of July.
They're clearly away, going off doing our thing.
We've got things going on. We're going to be doing that. We're not going to be...
Sorry, I should have edited this better, sorry.
July, we're taking completely off from everything, so I'll take like a few issues at a time.
Here we go. This was...
So anyway,
this one, I just said, screw it. I bought it from I specifically got this copy from the US, so I bought it from somewhere in the US, received it, sent it right back over to him. And it was literally like 2 years ago I asked him to review this because I really liked...
really appreciate it, and thanks for your patience on that, and thanks for so kindly just sending me a copy. So I will move this up on the short list. I'll probably even review this before I review Magpie's request for for a Rewind United.
Yeah, so it was like 2 years.
Because
I was waiting
so long ago, and this is apparently one of his favorite movies. He writes, "Dear Captain Logan,
here
is a DVD for your
when I watched it, I was really young, and I just thought it was awesome. It's got some great action scenes in it. It kind of also reminds me of a serial as well, because
I believe A Man Will Fly with Wings.
Yeah, no, it's really bad with that. It was like
2 out of 4.
There is a review up online of it. It's broken up into 2 parts. It was in my favorites list. I don't know if it's still there. But if you do, fine.
4-1. P.S. I will be sending you something else for Christmas. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate it as always, and I still haven't gotten around to doing the other movies that.
Well, you're only back a couple of weeks, and they haven't moved and everything, so I don't really know.
Soon. I'm just so backed up with stuff right now, guys. And really
but I'm like, hey, I just want to get their opinions on it. If they sent me a PM and said, hey, we watched that movie, and yeah, it was really good.
Project that I'm still not.
And we'll stick up there and recommend when we can. That'd be cool. So
it's going to go through the entire year of 2013. And I'm busy putting that together. Of course, I've been working on and
still looking forward to doing a video with them sometime down the road.
And then,
but yeah,
doing more
pretty much it here, guys. I don't think there is much else to say. So thank you for listening, and I really do appreciate it. So see you later.
Here at Geekvolution, and we really appreciate everybody's support. Final package. This is really cool. This comes